Beautiful weather, and away we go. Matthew Wright, who's the new 49er kickoff when Moody got hurt last week. And his opening kick is a short one that bounces at the 10. And his run back out past the 20. Still on his feet to the 35-yard line. Laviska Shenault. Charbonnet is the back on third down. As Smith looking to throw for the first time and completes it. And into 49er territory. DK Metcalf. Big gain on a third down and 6. Trips to the left this time. Hangs in the pocket. Fires too deep and intercepted at the 1-yard line. Picked off by Malik Mustafa. Toss back. Nice hole. Breaking tackles. There goes Mason. Inside the 40. Witherspoon chasing him down. He can't get him. But at the very end, he is taken down after a great block early on by Trent Williams. Can't think of anybody who loves to play the game more than Kittle. Purdy escaping again. Backing away. Throwing. Caught. To the 10-yard line goes Jawan Jennings, who has emerged this season. Decibel level in 3 figures. Purdy to the end zone. All kinds of action there and contact and drop in the end zone, incomplete. They had 4 guys come in, and Matthew Wright, who's been around, typical journeyman kicker, and his first kick as a 49er is good. Will the 49ers bring pressure here? They don't. Just a 4-man rush, and the pass into a lot of traffic is hauled in there by the tight end. That's Noah Fant. First down. Charbonnet, the third down back in the backfield. Along with Fant, the tight end. They both go out in the pattern. The pass is incomplete. A lot of white jerseys around Metcalf, who will draw a crowd, and it's fourth down.
Utilizing the tools that they taught him, but giving it his own personality.
Purdy dancing, wide open, making the grab. Samuel, the tackle is missed. Debo off to the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. 76 yards.
Great job here to utilizing both these receivers. Ayuk on the outside takes the corner with him. Safety gets overlaid, takes a chance right there by trying to almost missed him when he was trying to go either for the football or trying to hit Debo Samuel, but that is a tough thing to do in open space. But the design of that play, the Packers, they hit another one for a big score.
Up 10-0. Going to run it back here. Shenault had a good run back on the opening kickoff. And takes this one to the 30. The ball is loose. 49ers all signal they have it. Here come the officials. Who's got it? San Francisco. Yeah, you saw that graphic. 81st highest paid quarterback in the league. Look out. Scrambles away. Avoids a big-time sack and then fires it out of bounds. 41-yard attempt. Right down the middle. Yeah, Cross was looking up at the board going, huh?
Right.
Charbonnet. And he takes the ball out to the 33-yard line. It was 2nd and 23. Early in the second quarter, Niners realign their secondary as the pass is incomplete. Not even close that time for Smith and Jigba. So Geno is off the mark.
A few more carries tonight running back there.
I would bet on it. Fake to Garendo. Fired over the middle. Out to almost midfield goes Brandon Ayuk, who makes his first grab of the night. 3rd and 11. Juszczyk met immediately. Big play by Jerome Baker right there, who's been good tonight and is good again. Smith throwing, and against the sideline right there. That is Smith and Jigba. See if they can pay it off. Caught. First down and a lot more. Smith and Jigba to the 12-yard line.
Who's he go to here on this third down? Last chance.
Smith and Jigba in motion. Smith lofts it again into the end zone. Hold in. No good, though. Metcalf. Now Myers for a 20-yard attempt. And the crowd not happy at all with that. Down the field they go. That ends the half. At least they get on the board. Purdy, deep drop. Sideline open. Kittle down the sideline. He goes bouncing off the Seahawks. And another big play. Purdy throws. And right at the pylon. Ruled a touchdown. Kittle makes the catch. Right at the pylon. Big spike. And this time the 49ers pay off a long drive.
Create that confusion with that bunch with three receivers. What a throw. And how about Kittle? The athletic ability to get both his feet down. Just completely perfect execution. Throw, catch, and the feet for the touchdown in that red zone. Guy likes to have fun and dominate at the same time.
Meanwhile, breaking tackles, and he breaks free. Chenault, exactly what the Seahawks needed, and Chenault for the touchdown. 97 yards. Sets up to face Jennings. Meanwhile, here is Samuel still fighting his way. So 5 wide here. Looking that way. Throwing that way. It's there. Lockett. You just talked about him. What a quiet night it's been, but he's been doing these things for 10 years. D'Amico Ryans. 3rd and 3. And that pass is going to be caught for a first down. DK Metcalf. Still running around. Still motioning. Meanwhile, Walker goes to the end zone for the touchdown. Right?
That's right.
Or whatever your streaming device is that gets
whatever it is you guys do.
Whatever it is. Fires, caught. That's Ayuk to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 9. Purdy fires high, incomplete. Jennings the intended receiver. Good coverage.
You got George Odom in there, who's a backup safety, 30.
Extra man comes. Pass taken in. Rush 4. Dancing in the pocket. Intercepted. Picked off by Green. None for the Niners. From the 15 to the outside. Turns it back. Gets inside the 10-yard line. Patrick Taylor. Purdy. Shoulder shake. Throws into traffic. Kittle. Touchdown. His second.
They get both of the backs, the fullback and the running back, clear out. It takes 2 defenders with them, and now it's just one-on-one in the middle. Great job. That's a matchup.
For 2. And stuffed. No.
The extra point try is
Kobe Bryant takes care of Patrick Taylor. 6:20 left in the 4th. 5 wide here. Bosa trying to come from Smith's left. Pass is caught. Ball is out. But Seattle will recover it. Knows the angle. 3rd and 7. Smith throws. That's caught. Walker. And he fights for the first down before he gets gang tackled. 2nd and 8. Smith caught underneath. Walker Trying to get outside, can't. Gets to the first down mark, stays inbounds, clock keeps rolling. So meanwhile, 4th and goal. Almost a last gasp here for the Seahawks. Can they get it in? Smith under pressure, throws, they can! Lockett, touchdown. Plays tonight.
They put him in a bunch formation. He's going to attack and then come back to the football. Good job there at the top of that route. He knew exactly where he was, about 2 or 3 yards into the end zone, which allowed him to come back to the football.
Guerrero is the running back. Start on the ground. And Guerrero out in front, down the sideline, being chased. One man to beat, and that man stops him, but at the 4-yard line.
Oh, he's going to his wife.
Check.
Here's
well,
going to it.
That'll seal the deal.
Where is she? Where is she?
One more
Where
time. And this time Samuel joins the party.
With the game on the line, everybody in the world knows you're going to run. They have the big run by Guerrero, and then the old school fullback dive there. How fitting of a way for this 49ers, you know?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to seal the deal since the 94 season. Meanwhile, finally a sack. First of the game.
A challenge for anybody they go up against to defend.
Smith rolling, throwing, launching, tipped incomplete.
Had a great night other than the tackle.
Right, didn't miss a kick. 3 field goals, made every extra point. Niners erased that taste from that bitter loss to Arizona.